back of that. On page 1. Okay, so who remembers how to factor? Raise your hand if you remember how to factor.
I might. I don't know.
Okay, who can tell me why we factor?
Find your zero intercept.
So today I'm going to teach you.
Define your zero intercept.
Today I'm going to teach you how to factor by completing the square, but first we're going to review how to factor. So you have to find a number that multiplies, two numbers that multiply to get the last term, and also add to get the middle term. So what two numbers multiply to get 25 and also add to get 10?
5.
Oh, raise your shirt.
Sorry. Choral response.
Yeah.
Great reduction.
And a better way to write this, the correct way to write this, because it is the same term, is x plus 5 squared. So that's the answer to this one. Now this one's a little harder. So what two numbers add, multiply to get 12, and add to get 7? Anybody other than me? 4 and 3. Now we're going to solve these for x. So you set them equal to 0. And then you just move the other one over. So you subtract 4. So it's x equals negative 4 and x equals negative 3. Now this one's a little harder. You have to pay attention to the negative sign. So what two numbers multiply to get negative 6 and also add to get 1? Kim.
3 and 2.
3 and
Just-
negative 2. Which 3 and 2?
Good job.
Whatever. 3 and 2.
And now, again, we set it equal to 0. And so it would be x equals negative 3 and x equals 2. So those are your answers. Now, we're going to complete the square. So on this one, there is not two numbers that multiply to make 26 and also add to get negative 12. So that's why we complete the square. It's kind of a shortcut instead of doing the quadratic formula. So we're going to set it up like this. You move the last number to the other side of the equation. So it's x squared minus 12x plus equals negative 26. And then you set it up with this equals negative 26 plus, and you can add a number to both sides of the equation, and it does not change the problem because you're adding it to both sides. So we're going to find a number that we can add to both sides to complete the square. So you're going to take this number, the middle number, and divide it by 2, which is 6, and then square it. So 6 squared is 36. And you have to add that to both sides. And now this does factor because two numbers multiply to get 36 and also add to get negative 12. What number would that be?
Negative 6.
Yes. So x minus 6 squared equals, and then you just do this, which is 10. And now you solve for x. You solve by x by first taking the square root of both sides, so which then eliminates this. So it's x minus 6 equals plus or minus the square root of 10. You have to add the plus or minus because you're taking the square root of the number. And now again, you move this over to the other side. So it's x equals 6 plus the square root of 10, and x equals 6 minus the square root of 10. And those are your answers. So it's kind of a shortcut to doing the quadratic formula, which is a lot harder and more involved. We're going to do one more, and then I'm going to put you into groups of 3, and you're going to do your your own and then write it on the board. So we're gonna do one more as a group. So who can tell me what we do first? Jake?
Add 89 to both sides.
Yes. Okay, and then you set it up like we did the last one. Now what do we do? Yes,
Do we divide 8 by 2?
yes, which is
See? I
4.
told you.
Yes. And then what do we do?
We,
4.
times it by itself.
Yes, so just square it. So, that's 16, and again, you have to add it to both sides. Don't forget to add it to the other side, otherwise you'll change the answers to your problem. So, what two numbers multiply to get 16 and also add to get 8?
40.
And then again, you add that. So now you solve for x by taking the square root of both sides. And don't forget to add the plus or minus because you're taking the square root of a number. And then you move this to the other side again to get x. X equals -4 plus the square root of 105, and x equals -4 minus the square root of 105. And that's how you complete the square. So now we're gonna get in groups, and your groups are Jake and Alicia.
Alicia!
We've been together all year.
Yeah, we have.
Lizzie, Kristen, and Kim, the other Kristen. And then Zach, Will, and Kristen.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yes.
You got it. It's all you.
Jake. Alicia.
I'm coming, Alicia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, once you complete the problem, go ahead and write it on the board.
I'll go right on the board.
And then you're gonna walk us through
Because you see how you
did it.
have x plus 4 squared on this side?
Yeah.
It's to get rid of that squared up there. Alright. Write that down.
And divide 10 by 2
You take your middle term here, after you make sure. Yeah, that's not squared. Divided by 2. Stands for divide. 7. Take your 7 squared.
13.
9. You add
Is it? That's times 6.
Maybe I did it wrong. Oh, it would be
First,
not
we're gonna move this over.
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Actually,
Then we're gonna add 49.
Equals 13, so then x minus 6 equals square root of 13. Is that right?
And
Yeah.
if you notice,
yes.
This.
And then the 6 on the other side.
we'll always simplify to this number.
And 6 minus.
We can go up and
Inside of
Is
this.
that right?
Yes, we did.
Because you're making it.
Make sure you pay attention to the negative sign.
That equals
Oh,
plus 38
did we do
plus
it wrong?
Yeah, what do we do?
Because it's,
Because what two numbers multiply to make a negative? Because you have the negative,
87. So then square root both sides. to get rid
because
of
it's
that.
negative 12, so, what'd you put? So it's a positive.
Are you sure?
I can't see.
but we need a
Negative
negative
and a
and
plus
positive.
negative 6, negative 12.
That's 81.
No, you're right, it's negative.
This one's
Okay,
gonna be.
you're right.
So we're right.
Yes.
Square number.
Oh,
Square
square.
If x equals 87 plus the square root of 87, x plus 7 minus the square root of 87. Because that covers our plus and minus right there.
Cool. Can I do it?
taking me
awesome.
back to high school.
I know, it's fun.
Yeah.
I do kind of miss math.
Yeah,
I
You're
never
supposed to
thought
write
I
on
would
a
say
card,
it,
right?
but
I did enjoy doing this stuff.
I never liked it until I understood it, and then once I understood it, it
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's kind of fun.
Yeah,
It
no.
took me a while to understand.
Same thing
Yeah.
here.
So one
didn't
person
like
from your
stuff
group write it on the
until I
board?
understood it.
One person from your group write it on the board?
I just think it's funny. Everybody tries to do math. What is it?
You're missing, you're supposed to be in our group. Yeah, we really didn't miss out.
We're not.
Was I like,
Oh,
are you sure that's not really?
I don't think it matters.
I like your markers, Dr. Linda. They're very nice.
Actually, it work.
Better than what we had in the math department. I mean, we're lucky to have a marker.
The English little ones are awful.
Where is the math department?
First floor, MEH.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah, because
almost right.
I've
This
been
is
there.
got Teddy Martha right there.
Okay, so, Kim and Lizzie, you guys wanna walk us through your problem?
Yeah. So we did what you said. We divided 12 by 2, and then we squared that. We got 36, and then we added it on both sides, and then we found the factor, and it was x minus 6, and then negative 23 plus 36 is 13, and then we square rooted both of those things. And then we added 6 to the other side, and we did plus or minus.
Good job. And then, Jake and Alicia?
We did something awesome by dividing 14 by 2, as you see over there in my little diagram. It equals our 7. We're going to square that. We get 49, and we added it to both sides. And when you factor x squared plus 14x plus 49, you get x plus 7 squared. You take the square root of both sides. Then you get x plus 7 equals plus or minus 87. Square root of 87, then you get x equals negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 87.
And this group.
Okay, well, basically the same steps you did, just follow them basically. So, half of 10 times square is 25, and if both sides, had to move the 18 over first, of course, and then square root both sides.